Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Tonight in New Orleans, we encounter a mission that doesn't come along very often. Standing in front of this final act, knowing that the long, winding road here has all led to this. Everything this sport has seen and done, every first, every mountain climbed, every seemingly impossible conquered. Yet there's always another accomplishment never achieved. There's always new heights waiting to be reached. Stepping into the unknown, being first, it comes with unbelievable pressure.
A lot of people see you guys as the villain.
How long did it take for you to let that loss go?
Having this redemption on.
How are you feeling right now?
Thinking about the third repeat, if that ever come out of his mouth.
The emotions of a week like this.
But I look closely at these fierce competitors and I don't see fear or hesitation. I see the very best in the world. Men who have worked and dedicated their entire lives for today.
These are the moments that we play for!
We all understand what the mission is.
We fly around, we make plays, we win the game!
When the Chiefs take the field today, they aren't walking in someone else's footsteps. Their hearts are set on reaching further, soaring higher than any team ever has. A third consecutive Super Bowl title, an achievement this league has never seen before.
You can't doubt the Chiefs! You can dislike the Chiefs! You're gonna have to deal with the Chiefs!
The opportunity to win a third consecutive Super Bowl is surreal.
This is one of the most special teams I've ever been on in my life, man.
I love my teammates. I love being part of this team. One of the best teams of all time.
I want this thing now more than ever.
Their final test? An Eagles franchise that has returned to finish the job. A Goliath that has imposed their will, their speed, their strength on anyone and everyone who's gotten in their way.
Air traffic control. This flock of Eagles is heading to New Orleans.
You dream about this as a little kid.
You put in so much time, you sacrifice so much.
But the dream wasn't just making it to the Super Bowl.
We're writing our own story, and that's the only story that matters.
The mission is clear. Win here and be remembered forever.
Out of the shotgun. Here comes a big rush.
Leaping forward!
He's got it!
I don't know how he did it.
Eating this team alive!
Show me something tonight, man!
This place is rocking.
The Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles. One last game on this iconic stage to challenge the impossible. To say goodbye to never and forever be known as a world champion. Welcome to Super Bowl 59.
And so it's time to play. Spanish language broadcast is available tonight on Fox Deportes.
Welcome to the Jeep Halftime.
Well, forget a three-peat right now. The Chiefs would take 3 points. A dominating first half of this Eagles defense. We welcome you to the Jeep Halftime Show. Somebody will get the Lombardi Trophy in just half an hour from now. And Howie, the way it looks, the Eagles are in control.
Vic Fangio's defense, that front four has been dominant in the first half. Now when they're up on the score, it just turn them loose. First play action pass. Josh Sweat beats Kelsey. Easy sack. Loss of 4. Next play, Mahomes. It's Jalen Hunt and Josh Sweat again. Next one, 3rd and 9. Eagles front four is relentless. Milton Williams gets a sack for a loss of 7. It's really the front four, and they're turning them loose.
You're exactly right, Howie. It's caused Kansas City to be completely out of sorts. Mahomes is rushing his throws. He's trying to get away from the rush. He makes a poor throw to Kelsey. Has another poor throw later on. Kelsey and Hunt run in together. A botch play. Throws an interception. He's got 6 pressures. He got 2 interceptions and 3 sacks. That front four is dominating.
Travis Kelce, 0 catches on two targets. DeAndre Hopkins, 0 catches on 2 targets. Someone needs to step up and spark this offense.
Yeah, they've got 0 points, 23 yards. When we come back, don't forget hip-hop MVP Kendrick Lamar will take the stage in the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show as we continue here from New Orleans.
I'm finna go down.
Welcome back to the Jeep Halftime.
full 59. Here we go. Kyle drives his way in. Touchdown. Mahomes rolling out. Intercepted. Complete A.J. Brown. He's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
All right, Michael, you saw the first half. You saw the highlights. Give the Chiefs hope.
I mean, the Chiefs have done an incredible job of stopping the run. They just need to figure out a way to get off the field and stop giving up the big plays in the passing game. And on the other side of the ball, you have to protect your quarterback, because the second pick by Mahomes, he got knocked into. I think he's back there. He's getting a little jittery. You have to figure out a way to protect him, and you just got to give him time. This is a guy who's led some of the greatest comebacks that we've seen. These moments are what he's made for.
They have not been able to run. They haven't even tried to run. Only 3 rushing attempts. First 3 plays out of the game were passes. All they need is one play. All you need is the spark. You can tell right now that they're down, but to come back in the second half, the confidence can come back. And Michael's right. One big play, one quick score. I don't care how you get it. Kickoff, punt return. Just one score is all Kansas City needs to start believing, okay, we can play this game, we can win.
And something we saw before, the big turnover that they had against Philly turned the tide. Defensively or special teams, in some way, shape, or form, they need to get a turnover or create a big play.
All right, Jimmy, do you talk as the coach one play or the comeback?
Yeah, they've got a full half to play, and all it takes, one turnover will give them the spark. You know that Mahomes can complete some passes. They've got to protect the passer better than what they've done the first half. But if they'll protect the passer, they get one turnover, get a quick score, they'll be back in it.
We go to that Zach Bond play at the goal line. Sweat is having a great half. And Michael talked about it. This is a pressure on Patrick. Bond is in the zone, and it's what this defense does. They play zone, they read eyes, and he took him right to the ball. And Bond has been a revelation for this football team.
Somebody was down 28-3 in the third quarter once.
Yes.
Do you still believe?
Yes, possibly. We will see, because the Philadelphia Eagles have been just absolute dominant in this game. And we will see if Patrick Mahomes has some Tom Brady in him. And we will see if Coach Andy Reid has some Coach Bill Belichick in him as well. So only the second half will tell.
All right, the lights are out. That means the Apple Music halftime show is coming your way. When we come back here on Fox, it's Kendrick Lamar. All right, on the banks of the Mississippi River here in New Orleans, 24-0 is the Eagles' lead as we welcome you to the Jeep halftime. All right, TB, this is the biggest deficit Patrick Mahomes has ever faced as a starting quarterback. How do you get back in this game?
Well, like I said before we went to the entertainment part, you got to get one play. You got to get one score. I don't care who gets it. You got to get them back in the game right now. If they don't slow this rush down, this game is over. He's rushing things. And like any great quarterback, he's anticipating being hit because he has been hit so much in the first half. But Terry, he's got to have short throws because he can't hold the ball very long against that front four. But, short to intermediate, get Kelsey involved a little bit. Hopefully can get a turnover on defense or special teams.
And maybe some max protection. More 6-7 protections initially, leak him out late, give him more time.
At some point, you're going to throw the short to intermediate, but you're going to have to take some shots, and you're going to have to tell your defense, you guys got to get off the field, get our offense more chances.
This is when a guy like Xavier Worthy comes into play for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes can just release that ball really quick on a screen pass or something to him, and then boom, he's out. He has that explosive speed to take off.
All right, we'll see if the Chiefs can get back in it. Second half coming your way as the teams take the field right after this.
We're taking off.
Hurts on the sneak. Pyle drives his way in. Touchdown. Pressured again. Sacked again. Picked off by Cooper DeJean. Wow.
It has been all Eagles this first half.
Brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. We get set for the second half, and as we do, we go downstairs to Erin Andrews.
Kevin, I asked Andy Reid going into the locker room with his team down 24-0. What is your message? He said, I'm going to highlight the fact we have too many mistakes, too many penalties, too many interceptions, too many turnovers. We cannot have it. I asked him, where do you start with your offense in terms of making an adjustment? He said everywhere. We have to fix the run game, and we have to fix the pass game. He also told me in order to counter Patrick Mahomes, keeping him upright with this Philly pass rush, he said we can't be in these long yardage situations. Kevin, quickly coming out of the locker room, KC looking very matter-of-fact, business-like.
Yeah, it feels like they've got to score in this first drive, and so Erin asked Coach Reid, Tom, but if you were down there, where would you start to try and get some semblance of offense here?
Yeah, you're looking to gain some sort of confidence in what you're doing. There's no 24-point touchdown. You've got to just inch your way back and gain some confidence in something. It could start with a drive that just passes the 50-yard line, but it can't be we're going to just turn this into a one-dimensional pass-a-thon. You're going to have no chance against this really ferocious pass rush that the Eagles displayed in the first half.
Yeah, think about this. The Chiefs had one first down. It was their first offensive play of the game. 11 yards to Juju Smith-Schuster. Since then, it's been nothing. The reality is the Chiefs defense isn't playing poorly. Saquon Barkley has 12 carries for only 31 yards, and if you told them that at the beginning, you say, great, we're in great shape. But instead, it's 21-0 Eagles, and the Chiefs get it first, and they will look to get some kind of spark going. Travis Kelce does not have a catch in the first half.
I think in a lot of ways, KB, I would love to see them pretend like the game is 3-0. And rather than we're down 24-0, let's go down and execute one drive.
Talking to Nick Sirianni, Kevin, coming out at halftime, he said he was most pleased about the fact that his team was capitalizing on the turnovers they created and the pressure they're getting on Patrick Mahomes. But he was clear. They had been up 10 2 years ago, squandered the lead to this particular team. He said no one's better at adjustments than Andy Reid. We expect more exotics. We need to finish. It's a second game. We need to treat it as if it's 0-0.
The Super Bowl is truly a global event. More fan viewing parties and time zones around the world each year. From the Chiefs in Monterrey, Mexico, and the Eagles in Accra, Ghana, to cities that will host NFL games over the next 2 seasons, whether staying up late or tuning in early Monday morning. It's awesome to see the growth of passionate NFL fans globally. Here's how it's changed, right? You're talking about the AFL-NFL Championship, 67, there was one country that was the audience. Now it's 195 countries, and the ad time's a little bit more, too. 40,000, 8 million, so a couple bucks.
I'd say 8 million for an ad. Got to save a lot of pennies for that.
Yard. Well, this really was a season for the age of Saquon Barkley, his first year in Philadelphia. He had 14 100-yard games. That's the most in NFL history. And then you look around, most single-season yards all time. He's over that now, 32 yards. That's the playoffs and the regular season. He just topped Terrell Davis. And this is the home run threat you talked about, Tom. 7 60-yard-plus touchdowns. That's the most ever. Today, though, 17 touches, just 39 yards. You know, it's interesting when you talk about this game, and we were breaking it down last night, and, the Chiefs have been so good. We showed you in all these close games and comebacks and things. But you had said this Philly roster is explosive.
Yeah, they sure are. Certainly defensively, what they've limited Kansas City to on third down has been a story. The pass rush has been a story.
Yeah.
Just hard to get away from these guys, and they attack the football anytime the ball's in the air. Those 2 interceptions by Patrick really turned into 14 points. So there's a lot of football left. I would never say it's over with that Kansas City team and the championship pedigree that they have. If you're the Eagles, you got 15 minutes for one of the greatest celebrations in your life. If you take care of business, they can't lose focus for 1 second.
Yeah, the other thing is, because it's still in the third quarter, you cannot attempt an onside kick. That was a new rule in the NFL this year. You can only do it in the fourth quarter and if you're losing. So right now, any thoughts of doing that? They can't. Eagles. You think about how good they've been under Jeffrey Lurie, this owner, since 2000. 19 postseason wins, best in the NFC. Of course, Andy Reid was there for a long time. Sirianni's had a lot of them already. 4 Super Bowl appearances. They won one, of course, Super Bowl 52 with Nick Foles, the MVP. And now, after just being in the Super Bowl in the same game 2 years ago, have a chance to bring home their second Lombardi. And that's an organizational changer. Nick Sirianni on the precipice of a Super Bowl trophy, who started his career in Kansas City, as a matter of fact, when you think about it. How about that, right? First job with the Chiefs, and then Andy Reid came on in, and then he wasn't with the Chiefs anymore, and now he's with the Philadelphia Eagles trying to beat Andy Reid, who was once the coach of the Chiefs. But it's really pretty something for Sirianni, right? That was 09, started, grew up in Jamestown, New York, which is a little south of Buffalo. He was an excellent wide receiver at D3 powerhouse Mountain Union. They won 3 national titles, so he's always been a winner. This fiery guy who seems to kind of, fit with South Philly, right? It just kind of works. And, well, now his name goes down in history. The Green Bay Packers, I know there was no three-peat in the Super Bowl era, but technically there was, right? Because it was 1 year before Super Bowl I. This was the last three-peat NFL champions. The 65 championship and the Super Bowls 1 and 2. So Bart Starr and Jim Taylor and Vince Lombardi, those guys, their record is safe right now. No doubt, as the Eagles have assured that. For the second time, the Vince Lombardi Trophy is headed to Philadelphia. Eagles fly in Super Bowl 59.
Whoa, watch the camera, guys. Camera, guys. We gotta get it.
Let's go down to Tom Rinaldi. He's got Nick Sirianni.
Kevin, thank you very much. Nick, Super Bowl champions. What does the moment mean?
Man, God's blessed us very much. He gave us all the talents to be able to get here. So first and foremost, thanks to him. And this is the ultimate team game. You can't be great without the greatness of others. And great performance by everybody. Offense, defense, special teams. Howie getting us the guys, our coaching staff, these great players. We didn't really ever care what anyone thought about how we won or their opinions. All we want to do is win. That's why we listened to my prerogative a little bit when we were after some wins, but thank God. Thank you, Jesus.
Nick, you talk about the special brand of togetherness that this group had. You preached it all season long. How did that shape what happened tonight?
These guys did not want to let each other down. And yesterday in the meeting, they talked about not wanting this to be over. That's special. And they said the only way it's not over is if we have a parade and a ring ceremony later. So I guess it's not this 2024 Eagle team's not done yet. We got a couple more things to celebrate. I love these guys. Again, it just keeps coming back to, you cannot be great without the greatness of others. This is the best team sport there is. Look at that. This is the best team sport there is, and you need the efforts of everybody, and it took everybody. So happy.
Finally, we know you're an emotional guy. Your youngest, Miles, asks you when you cry.
Happy tears. Happy tears. I'll probably be shedding a couple happy tears tonight. A lot of work they put into this, and thank my family. Hey.
Step aside and have Nick's family come in here.
Come to happy tears. I'm what? Say E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
Can't say it any better than that. Congrats, Nick.
Thank you.
Let's go over to Aaron.
Tom, thanks. Jalen, you told us this week, as Brandon Graham's trying to give you a big hug here.
Yeah! Boy, I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too.
Appreciate you. Let them know. Let them boys know, man. Tell them get off your back. Let's go.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to ask. You said after Super Bowl 57, you sat in the locker room and you thought to yourself, I'll be back. You got back, and now you're a champion. How does that feel?
God is good. He's greater than all the highs and the lows, and I think, personally myself, I've just been able to use every experience and learn from it. The good, the bad, all of it, using it as fuel to pursue my own greatness. And I think I couldn't do any of these things without the guys around me. You know, we had a special group this year. We were able to learn from the past and get some nice new pieces and get over that hump. And yeah.
Jalen, in talking about the pieces around you, from what you guys were able to do on the offense tonight and what you were able to do on the defense, how do you even put that into words? I mean, no one saw this coming.
I think number one, defense wins championships. Defense wins championships, and we saw how they played today. We saw the difference they made in the game, and they gave us opportunities, gave us short fields, and we're able to do what we do.
Look at the confetti. Look at the confetti. That was the picture you had on your screensaver, was the confetti from 2 years ago. How does that look?
I'm still processing it. I'm still processing it, but just can't wait to enjoy this with my family and soak it in.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Kevin, back over to you.
Great job down there, guys. Jalen Hurts, like he said, he's a champion. His YouTube TV postgame featuring the Vince Lombardi Trophy ceremony. Bud Light postgame celebration coming your way. Next, the Eagles are Super Bowl champions for the second time. 40-22, they take down the Chiefs.
Welcome to the YouTube TV postgame.
Well, the Eagles championship celebration just beginning here in New Orleans. The Eagles dominated this one. We'll have the trophy ceremony for you in just a bit. In the meantime, scan the QR code right on your screen and celebrate the Super Bowl champion Eagles with free shipping on official championship gear at NFLshop.com. The presentation of the Lombardi Trophy is next. Welcome to the Super Bowl 59 trophy ceremony and awards presentation brought to you by Bud Light, making it easy for the Eagles to enjoy their win. And Howie, they could have popped open whatever they wanted to celebrate there at halftime, up 24-0. The second half was just more of the same.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, we talked about him in the pregame. He was the best player on the field 2 years ago when they lost the Super Bowl, came back, finished the deal. He probably would be the MVP. Vic Fangio's defense, him bringing him in, revamping that group is amazing. They were dominant today.
Yeah, Howie, when it was still a contest, you know, that was as dominating a defensive performance as I've seen against a championship team like Kansas City. And, you know, I know people talk about the MVPs, but one of the MVPs has got to be Howie Roseman. Brought in a new offensive coordinator, new defensive coordinator, a bunch of new defensive starters, and he completely turned that team around. Because remember, a year ago, they had a collapse at the end of the season. No collapse tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Howie Roseman has done an incredible job. You got to play the game to get the MVP, though, Jimmy. But I will tell you this. It was dominant. It was just a dismantling offensively and defensively. Complete team effort, just totally dismantles the Kansas City Chiefs.
It was like the same blueprint that we had when we beat them in the Super Bowl when I was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Rush 4, put all the pressure on Patrick Mahomes, let him scramble around, get frustrated, and then throw interceptions.
All right, let's get it to Terry Bradshaw for the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy to their champion Eagles. TB.
Please direct your attention to the field for the presentation of the Vince Lombardi Trophy.
I said after the trophy lift. Let me get behind you, Terry. Oh my God, I said.
Belongs to the Philadelphia Eagles. Jeffrey, congratulations to you, your organization, the coaches, the players. An amazing performance tonight. You started in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and you ended up at Super Bowl champions. Take the Vince Lombardi home to Philadelphia.
No. Jeffrey Lurie, congratulations on behalf of the beautiful Caesar Superdome here in New Orleans in the great state of Louisiana. Fox Sports is proud to present to you the Eagles and all your marvelous fans this Lombardi Trophy. What does it mean to you?
Terry Mejek.
I'm not going to turn loose of this microphone.
So, you know what? This is a very, very special Eagles family. Incredible, talented players that happen to be unselfish and humble every single day of the year. A credit to our coaching staff led by Nick, Howie and his staff, unbelievable. And by the way, about 200 other people that are the support staff that you'll never hear about, and a few dogs too. And to our amazing fans, your Eagles are world champions again. Love you, Mom.
All right. Hello, 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 hello. Look who I got. Coach Sirianni. Well, revenge is served sweet when you got a big old good butt whooping over the team that hurt you 2 years ago. How good does this feel, knowing that you beat the Chiefs who beat you 2 years ago?
Yeah, all glory to God, first and foremost. But that's a great football team. And we had to come out and play our best, and we did. And what a lesson to the entire world about what good teamwork does. We have selfless guys. We have guys that don't want to let each other down. We got guys that will fight for each other, that will play hurt for each other. They love each other. Love is a strong thing, and it takes a lot of work to develop that. And these guys, that's a team. That's a team and the greatest team sport there is.
Congratulations. 2-2, and then all of a sudden this thing turns around. Your coordinators, I thought, both offensive and defensive, Fangio and then Kellen Moore, were outstanding today.
Yeah, Vic's been a great coordinator in this league for decades, and he was awesome today. Kellen, you know, let's run this. Let's run this shit back, Kellen. Let's run this back.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Jalen Hurts. Super Bowl 59 MVP, quarterback Jalen Hurts. Well, how cool is this? You know, it's got to be especially sweet for you having to answer so many critics who saying, why don't you throw for more yards? Why don't you this? Why don't you that? And people like me have to say, listen, you're winning football games, and now you've won a Super Bowl, and you're the MVP. What do you say in response to all that, Jalen?
God is good. He's better than the highs and the lows. Couldn't be here without my teammates. You know, the effort, the determination everybody displayed to get to this point.
You handled the blitz.
We got it.
You handled their blitz fantastic today.
Well, it's never been about what anyone else does. It's always been about what we do and how we respond to certain things. And
feels good.
Hell of a game today.
Yes, it was. And you played a hell of a game, my friend. All right, there it is, folks. Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl 59. World champions. Kurt, back over to you.
Jalen Hurts, 293 total yards, 3 total touchdowns, Super Bowl MVP, and his first ever Super Bowl ring at the age of 26. Well, the Eagles have won Super Bowl 59. The celebration already in full swing. There goes Peyton Manning, who's bringing the celebratory Bud Lights to the Eagles faithful who made the trip down here to New Orleans to watch their team grab the Lombardi Trophy for the second time in the last 8 seasons. Back with more after this.
Welcome back to the YouTube TV postgame.
Well, there'll be at least 2 more seasons before anyone starts talking about a three-peat. The Philadelphia Eagles stopping history tonight and making their own with an 18-point win over the Kansas City Chiefs, 40-22. They wrap up Super Bowl 59 as the champions. Keep in mind, post-game coverage will continue over on FS1. Andy Reid, the Chiefs head coach, will be one of the guests there, but we've got more coming up on Fox right after this.
Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. For NFL news and highlights, go to NFL.com.
They're going to have to grease up the light poles in the French Quarter. The Eagles are celebrating their second franchise championship, wrapping up the Lombardi Trophy tonight. Terry, Howie, Michael, Gronk, Jimmy, we'll see you next year.
Next
Let's
year.
live one day at a time together.
Next year,
the floor starts now.